maximise the yield from the fish. So I'm cutting right round the shape of the head. And this is the sort of thing that fishmongers will do for you if you go into a fishmonger. They generally don't have whole halibut, they'll have halibut loins and things like that. So that's the head removed. Really good for making stock as well. What I'm going to do now is trim all the fins. So whether I can do it with my scissors or not, will be a bit of a challenge. So what I always try and do is remove anything that you can't eat. The thing that puts most people off fish is eyes, scales, heads and fins. And bones, of course, is a real big thing. In a halibut, all fish obviously have a bloodline that goes from the back of the head, from the brain right down to its tail, like a spinal cord, I guess. And what you've got to do with halibut is get the bloodline out. Because if you don't, when you steak it, and I don't know what it will come out like on this one, because as I say it's been frozen, it will actually stain the flesh. So that's the frills removed.
Was this frozen?
This was a frozen one, yeah. To be honest, halibut, you don't see an awful lot of halibut now because they don't fish for halibut. I was talking to a cab driver yesterday, and he was talking about years ago, this would go for like $1, $2 a kilo. And now I would imagine it'd be upwards of $20 a kilo. There's actually halibut are an endangered species, but they're now being commercially farmed in Norway by a company called Marine Harvest. If you look inside, you can see the bloodline in there. And what I've got to do is break that.
I noticed it in last week, but I haven't seen it in Nevada for a long time.
That's,
they got skin back over it.
Yeah, that's farmed. That'll be farmed, so obviously it's more sustainable.
Right.
So I've just got to get as much of this out as I can. So it's a bit of a mucky job. I'd normally do this with running water, but so now what we'll do is cut the tail off. Can you fill that syringe for me, George, please? That might be okay. And then what we do is get a syringe, and you'll see in a minute, hopefully, the blood will come out of the tail. There you go, so you just push that again.
You know, you've learned something new every day, and I've never seen anybody do that. I mean, you've seen me use jets before, so I've never seen you do that before, Gary, but I do not want to.
No. I mean, the reason you've got to do it, because this halibut, even though it's been previously frozen, will have lovely pearlescent white flesh, and if you don't do that, when you cut the steaks off, it will stain the flesh. So when we have the competition, what we usually do, we have two fishmongers, one there, and we don't tell the one there that we're going to do it, and we spoil which always raises a laugh. So then what you do is you feel inside the gut cavity, and where the gut cavity ends is where I'm going to make the first cut, across here. And you can see how lovely pearlescent white the flesh is there. This is fantastic halibut. And now what I'm going to do is produce a full steak, which we call a tronchon. And then in a minute I'll get George to start filleting off the collar end. You see a fantastic halibut steak there. Do you want to come round, George, and start doing that? Filling it off there. Yeah, do cut some of the top and just fill it in. The idea is, I mean, obviously you wouldn't eat a steak the size of that. That would feed probably easily 2 people. It's really rich halibut as well. And what are you going to do with this CJ when you're cooking?
Right, okay, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do a little fillet, we're going to put a crumb on that. One of the key things that we focus on at the school, quality of fish, is to really make sure we don't overcook it. We have a bit of an issue with people in the UK, we like to cook fish and then think, I'll give it another couple of minutes, and that in the case of fish very often ruins it. So we encourage people to really get a feel for looking at fish rather than having to stick to a recipe that says it must be cooked for 20 minutes, because you've got something to cut a big steak than that, it's going to take longer, but whole thing will be your own sensitive. And then we want to keep the flavour simple. So I'm going to do a remoulade crumb. Remoulade is a traditional Italian mix parsley and lemon, which normally goes on buco, which is the veal steak, and they cook that or braise it and then sprinkle that over at the end with some garlic. We're doing a variation of that with some Gruyere, or today it's a Swiss cheese, which is similar to that. So I'm going to do that with breadcrumbs, sprinkle that over just for the crust.